Okay, Dragon Cave, let's check this run out. This start is kind of weird because the timer is either slow or fast. I don't know, it's kind of weird. Here at the start, I just go straight, but I think there's a faster line if you can go left, but it makes the rest of it a little bit more difficult. So I just go straight until I look at the timer. I see about 3.6, and then I tap left once, and then I wait a little bit, and then I start veering left for my jump, and I do a slight charge jump. Let's watch this again. So I see 3.6, I say tap left, and that gets a fast line, and then I go left for my jump. This part is pretty tricky. You have to line your board up as you're coming down. So when you're in the air here, you got to line your board up to where you want to go. Okay? You want to go just to the right of this wall here. And then what I do is I just hold left and then Z, B, and A, and I try and get a jump to the left, and that lines me up perfectly. So I hold left, and then at this point I start holding right. Maybe a little bit over here, back more. Start holding right. You really want to come off this part at the very left side, in my experience, because that makes your line better here. Coming down here, you'll be able to like slide across the rocks on the right if you point your board that way. See, like that, that's the fast line. Okay, then what you want to do is a ZBA jump here, which is the smallest one. This is the angle you want. You see this there's a little bump here, a polygon. You want to aim for that, generally. Okay, you want to just land flat. At this point, I don't know if a charge jump off of this or a normal jump is faster. They might be the same, but you want to jump here. I messed it up. You want to tilt your board back, and I think a little to the left, so that you land flat. But I did not see it, and then I bonk, which I think lost a little time. And then you can continue to hold Z here. Sometimes you'll get stuck here. I don't know why. It seems pretty random, but anyways. This next part is kind of tricky. What you want to do is hold right. I hold right, and then after just a little bit, maybe around here, I start holding left. And then what happens is you get to this sort of bump right here, and that resets your drift, basically. So after the bump, you want to just go straight. I was a little bit too far to the right here, which made this turn harder. This turn, what you want to do is hold right a little bit, and then once you see where you're going, you want to start heading back left. And then you're going to catch some air time right about here. See this? And then you got to tilt your board to the left so that once you land, you kind of hug the wall here. Otherwise, you're going to lose a lot of time. This is a little bit of an ice part. You just kind of, stick to the left wall and then this right wall. This part is very hard at first. I don't. It's really tricky. Basically, what I do is I get to route here, and then I jump, and then while I'm in the air, I let go of Z. So let go of Z here, and then point a little bit to the left, and then hold Z after you land. And that way you'll have more control over where you're going to go here. This snow can really suck you to the left, which is really bad. This part, you just want to kind of jump over this. I was a little too far left here, but you want to be more to the right and just hold right here. And then at this point, you just hold Z, B, and A, and you'll jump over this part. This is a bad line. I lost 2 or 3 frames here, I think, because I was too far left. And then this part is pretty easy. This part tilts your board up so that you land flat here. See this? You just want to go pretty much straight at this point, and you can adjust your left and right on the way down here. This can be a little bit tricky too. And then this part here, I don't really know what happens. I hold Z, B, and A starting here and up. And sometimes you get a really low like flip here. This one was decent, but I lost some speed. Then what you want to do here is come down facing left and hold left when you land. Okay? And then start holding right until you can go straight here. Right here I noticed I was too far to the right and I was about to hit the rock if I jumped, so I went a little bit more left and then I did a ZBA jump. And then I tilt my board to the right coming down so I can land in a straight line. So here you want to just stay straight, because if you fuck with your line at all, you're gonna end up smashing into the rock on the right here. So just go straight here. Down. You have to turn your board to the right in the air here. Otherwise, you're just gonna crash into the rock on the left. So tilt your board to the right. This part is a little bit tricky. You want to kind of hold right, but not too much. And then start to go back left somewhere at this point. And then once you get in the air, let go of Z. And here I noticed what helped me is to point my board more to the left than I would imagine. Okay, land without holding Z. And then hold Z and then pray that you make the bridge. I don't think you want to try to adjust your line that much, because likely you're just going to mess yourself up. So just go straight. Here I think it's good to tilt your board a little left, but it doesn't really matter. And then try to get as close as possible to the green thing. Hold Z, B, and A here. So I think I'd land here, then I automatically jump. Okay, this part is pretty tricky actually. So you want to land, and then you want to go straight. You don't want your board to face right. So you want to go straight here for a little bit, and then once you're on this slope, you want to hold right, because what you want to happen is you want to go right a little bit so that you can catch the down slope, which I sort of messed it up. You want to catch this down slope so that you can retain your speed. You see I'm going to bump here a little bit. I lost some time. Okay, this is pretty easy. ZBA jump, hold right here. You really don't want to get sucked into the right wall here, which is definitely possible. And then you kind of try to jump. You should be as close to the wall as you can, really. That's going to be your fastest route, but you try to jump halfway past this house. Okay. And then just go, you can try and ZBA jump cancel right here like the task, but I'm not sure if it's worth it. And then try to keep a straight line, and then this jump cancel right here, you see there's a little line of gray powder here. Once you get past that, you want to jump cancel. I think it saves time. I'm not really sure if I got it though. And that's it. Sub 23, easy.